Hello, everybody. How are you? Today it's Easter Sunday in Greece, and normally it's the time where everybody is outside and everybody's having a huge barbecue, and everybody's inviting their family and their friends, and they're having, food and drinks and more food. Yeah, because that's how you do barbecuing here in Greece. It's like you have to have lots of things in big quantities, and share it. And I didn't think that I would actually be, really sad not having the festivities and all that, but it's actually kind of a bit nostalgic, because it's a beautiful day outside, and I'm happy on one side to see that there's a lot of smoke around the city, which, for once, it's not pollution or anything, it's just smoke from the barbecues, and you can hear some people that are outside, laughing. There are even people barbecuing on the roof, which I found kind of hilarious. Usually they're like in their garden, etc. And yeah, so it's a bit weird, let's say. It's not really that I'm sad, it's just that, I have missed, not to see friends or family, and yeah, it just makes it like, more in your face, like you haven't been really outside and you haven't talked to anyone. And oh my god, the smells, like I have all the barbecue smells since this morning, and it's like, oh god. Which is funny because usually, they do a lamb or some other meat stuff in the barbecue, and I'm not really a big meat eater. I'm not vegan or vegetarian or a huge meat eater. I think I would like to say like I'm more conscious eater, like I won't eat a lot of meat. I won't eat a lot of vegetables. I won't eat a lot of fruits. I just, eat whatever. No, I think I just eat like a 5-year old, like it's like pasta and rice and pasta. And then, oh, maybe, no, I actually do like a lot fish too, potatoes, come on. And yes, I really eat like a 5-year old, but a 5-year old that eats a bit more vegetables, and more fruits. But yeah, I think like even before this whole seclusion stuff, quarantine started, I haven't really eat any meat. The only meat that I actually don't count as meat because it's like so delicious and it melts in your mouth that I have more regularly is like, that I will treat myself of a bit of prosciutto because I love prosciutto, yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm not a big meat eater. But just having the smells, it's like, oh, I just wish I was in a barbecue right now. But it's all right. I'm going to eat something else later. I don't have meat. It's okay. I think probably pasta. Yay! But yeah, whatever. This is a bit what about today is. So if I don't seem, very happy or upbeat, don't worry, I'm okay. It's just that I'm just a bit, I want to go a bit out there. But I'm sure you have also this kind of mood and a bit of nostalgia of being around or having, a big meal with people. So I decided to do a video. Like I had on my schedule, like let's talk about something on Sunday, but I wasn't really sure what. And I guess that when I used to do my podcast, I would say what I needed, what I finished, and you know, a bit of more general talk. about the knits that are in my life. So um, there's nothing really as a secret of what I'm knitting. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen those. But I also wanted to talk about some new discoveries of patterns that I fell in love, and I did talk a bit about them, but there's one that I haven't talked at all. And now that I'm thinking, it's there's one that I don't remember the name, and I was like, I didn't know. It's like, come on, Liz. Yeah, that's kind of how, professional I am. I just roll with it. No. I usually do make lists of stuff that needs to be done, and then I see them and I'm like, okay, priority is there, and then priority is there. So yeah, so maybe I should post and find it. It's okay, it's okay. I'll find it later and I'll put it down, okay? It's good. You'll have the information, right? Okay, so let's start that I have a finished object. Yes! And and it was a test knit, and so normally test knits, they're very secretive and there's no showing around. But actually, the designer wanted us, to have sneak peeks and even show it, our progress, and she didn't mind. So I guess it's okay for me to show it here because I've shown it. Yes, I've shown it. Yes, I'm not sure, but I've shown it on my Instagram feed and lots of people liked it, and I made it out of yarn from the stash. Yes, because we have to work that stash, right? So this is the Cabaret Soft by Meiju, and I did it with some leftovers that I had from Candice. Okay, I always mess it up. It's the Farmer's Daughter's Fiber. Yes. I usually, when I say it fast, I will say the Fiber's Daughters Farmers or whatever. So those two, they were leftovers from my Tecumseh. And then this one, which was like the main color, it's from Old Rusted Chair? No. Old Rusted something? I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, I have the tag here. You see, I wasn't... Oh. Did I throw it? I think I threw the tag. But it's okay. I had it just here. So, I will just put whatever. The names here. I'm sorry, it's the Old Rusted. The colorway name is Boom Boom, and I really like it, and I really love her Instagram, and she's great and awesome. So I had only 2 skeins of the main color. Normally, this color, which I think is the contrast color 2, goes a bit further down, I think until here, and then this section goes down. But I wanted either way a bit more cropped result, but long sleeves. So that's why I did first the sleeves. Actually, I did some of, I think up until here. Then I did the sleeves, and then I think I measured. I weighted how much I needed for a round approximately. So I knew that I had to knit my sleeves, and I knitted them 2 at a time, so I could have a leftover around, I think, 20 grams to have just a bit further, and then for the color work, because color work sucks up a lot of yarn. And that's why I did first the 2 sleeves 2 at a time, or I think I just did the color work separate, and then I put them 2 at a time to do the rest. And yeah, and then I was good to go, because I had like this as leftovers from the mustardy color, which is like, I think 3 grams or something like that. And then I just went round around the body, and if you sit next to my ghost horses, you can see it's longer. actually before doing the before blocking it, it was of course a bit higher, but with blocking, you know, it just went a bit longer. And actually it's pretty much almost like a regular sweater, so it's not that cropped. And I'm really happy, you know, because I actually had a black elephant skein in DK that resembles the Boom Boom but has a bit more of orange. And I was thinking, you know, if I don't have enough, maybe I can add that one. But then I was like, yeah, but I don't want to use it, you know, I just want to have it a bit. I just wanted that skin to be something else. I don't know what. Maybe a hat or something that it could be, you know, by itself in its glory. And I really like those Boom Boom skeins that actually I got them from a Fibershare partner, and I really loved it. And I really find this sweater very cute. It's not yet released, but it will be very soon, I think beginning of May. So I will let you know, okay, when it's out. And that's why I haven't done yet my my Ravelry project page, but I will definitely do, okay? Don't worry, I will. Yes, and if you don't know Meiju, she's very great. She has beautiful sweaters with cables. We've done a few collaborations for shawls and a big long cardigan, Ariza, that was in Lane magazine. So yeah, check her out. She's an amazing designer and very her stuff is very knit worthy. Like really, I recommend them a lot. Like super nicely written. Okay, then let's go to the whips. Yay! Okay, the whips, you might have seen my giant, yeah, completely huge Mart Magic sweater. So how is it? I'm sorry because they're like stitches from here. And actually that's the reason why we're today in the kitchen and not in the craft room, because usually in the craft room I like to sit down, but in the kitchen I'm up. So that's my Mart Magic sweater right now. So it will be, sorry, it would be a bit like that. And I'm actually, yesterday while I was looking at it, I was like, why didn't I put more orange in the middle? Like, come on, like orange is me. Like, why isn't like this bright orange should be also be here? But then I was like, maybe it's, you know, kind of better because then, you know, it's a bit more subtle, but well, you can't really say that this is subtle, but a bit more subtle in the, you know, front panel, and then it goes the craziness. So actually, if I wanted, you know, I could close it up here and it would still be super huge, yeah. But it actually, I'm in the 11th section, no, I just finished yesterday the 11th section and I'm on my 12th. And so section 12 and 13 are over here, this, and actually this goes a long way, and then it comes with that end, so you have the pocket for the sleeve, and then the 13th is the same on this side, which actually I could even close like that, but okay, let's go with it, okay? And then section 14 is a huge panel like this one, but in the back. So because this is already super huge, maybe the section 14 I will make it thinner, but I'm not sure. Like, I really like kind of, you know, I really like the poncho vibe that it gives, like so big. But yeah, it's like, I don't know now, but I just think I'm gonna roll with it. Maybe do it a bit thinner, or maybe I just could like wear it like that, you know. It's super cozy. It's super cozy. I usually work on it mostly on the day. Um, I'm sorry, I just lost a cake. I usually work more on it on the daylight, while I'm before cooking, after cooking. If I don't have things to do for the shop, and then when nighttime comes, well, and that's not a rule, okay? Because 2 nights ago I was working on my Marred Magic because I just wanted to finish a section. So that's not a rule. But mostly on the date, that because I just have more stamina to do longer rows and all that, I will work on that. And then look who's working on her sock. Yeah. So yesterday I was over here, and last night I did this. I was watching. It's funny because it was Easter night. So spoiler, if you haven't seen the latest Star Wars, I will maybe do a small spoiler for you. So yeah, close your ears, and I will do like that when you can listen again. So I was thinking, I wanted to watch Indiana Jones, and I haven't seen them for so long. And then I was like, ooh, no, maybe I should rewatch the last Star Wars because it's actually pretty much Easter themed. And you're gonna say, Easter theme? Like, really? Well, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. So I watched Star Wars and I was knitting on my sock. But then I had the best surprise ever because my oldest and best friend, like ever, she's like really a sister to me because I know her since I think we're 3 years old. Like, yeah, she lives in Spain, and she called me, and so then I'm sorry I paused my knitting and I paused the Star Wars, and we chatted like for a couple of hours, and it was so nice because we haven't spoken for a while, and we're not sure when she's coming back because usually she's here every year the 1st of May because we have a kind of been doing like a tradition with her family, and it's been really really cool. But this year with the situation, we don't know, if that's gonna happen, so whatever. um so I'm not sure if you're listening to the um, to the neighbors. It's so funny. Like, usually you never hear the neighbors, but it's such a great day. Everybody's outside. So just give me a second. I will close the balcony door. Maybe it's a bit better. Okay. So yeah. So I worked this on my sock. So I'm pretty happy. I actually have, you know, just as much to go. So I'm pretty happy with them. And yeah, so those are the two whips that I'm working a bit more right now. And I'm very happy with their progress. Yes, I'm really happy. So the patterns that I've been looking at lately and that I found this week. Yeah, this week. Yeah, those 3 crushes happened this week. So I just picked up this huge bag to have a project with thicker yarn. So this bag, actually I bought it not this year, last year at Vogue Knitting, so in New York, so January 2019, and I haven't used it like ever because it's really a big project bag, and it's made from, my god, I love her tag, but you can't really read it, so I'm not sure. It Tan Holland, something like that. I'm so sorry If I can read it or find it, I will just link it down below, okay? Because they're really huge and sturdy bags, and she's really known for her bags. So, okay. So, last summer, I got 3 skeins in natural color. Yes, thank you very much. That's crazy, I know. Of this worsted kind of weight. So, the problem with that is that the tag didn't say how much meters they are, because it's actually from a farm in France that they use, you know, lanolin to make soap, the meat from their animals to make sausages and stuff, and the wool to have yarn, but they're not like in the yarn business, so they're apparently they don't know that. Something that we would like to know is how many meters. So I remember talking with the lady and telling me that that it's like a worsted weight. So if I go with that, but it feels like a bit plumber or thicker, because it is, not natural wool. Not really natural wool, because the yarn that we use also for our sweaters is natural yarn, but it's spun. The way that it's spun is different, and it's from a fleece that it's not so well carded or brushed to then spin it, so it gives this more rusty sheepy wool. And I fell in love with it, and actually I remember purchasing those 3 cakes. They were cakes because I just wanted a very plushy, and simple shawl / scarf, something to be really big and nice and squishy around my neck. But then one of the patterns that I really wanted to do, I would have needed more yardage, more meters. And I was like, damn, and then I was like, yeah, but you could do, another design, and, why are you stuck on that one? And I don't know why. I said, maybe I can find a sweater, a cropped one, And I did find a couple of sweaters that they were really cute and cropped and nice. Maybe I would have enough, maybe not, So I said, okay, I have those 3 skeins. It's a bit 600 meters. I have a couple of options. But what if I added another color? And I have then a bit of more meters. And, maybe my options will be a bit wider. So the other sheepish wool that I had was this one, which this one is from Jill Draper Make Stuff, and this is a worsted that I had purchased from Brooklyn General, again 2019, after Vogue Knitting Live. And I have also a gray cake of the same. So I was like, okay, maybe I could put those, all together. So I was searching for patterns, and I was in between 2 patterns. One is very cute. Now I don't remember the name. Of course, I did a poll in my Instagram stories, and everybody knew exactly what I wanted a bit more. And that was the Star Crossed by Jacqueline Sislak. Sorry. And I really, really fell in love with it, and I really like it because you can do like a longer neck, or a cropped or longer body length. And of course I was more drawn immediately to a cropped one with long sleeves and a boat neck line, and it looks gorgeous. And of course the picture that had the version that I want was like orange, and I was like, damn, why are you showing it to me in orange? So it was funny. A lot of people asked me, Liz, are you gonna be able to knit this white yarn? And actually I'm not sure, but I was thinking of maybe holding a fun mohair with it to give it a bit of more fun. But I have to say, because it's the natural fiber uh, of the fleece, I have knitted once a garment for my niece that was all natural colors, and I actually really love it because it's not really white, not really gray. It had some variations, and that I enjoyed. So I'm not sure. I think I might start, and if I see that it's getting on my nerves, I might, put some more hair with it. So the two options that I have is either to use this as a contrasting color, but the pattern uses spin cycle yarns, and I don't have here spin cycle yarns to put. But I was thinking that maybe instead of using that, I could use those two leftovers that I had from another project, which was a hat, the Harbor hat. That I could use maybe this in the exterior parts of the color work and the blue in the middle part of the color work, just to add a bit more, vibe to it. So I think that's gonna be really cute. What do you say? Yay! So I haven't yet weighted those two skeins to see exactly how much I have, but I think it's gonna be okay. I hope. Otherwise, I will have a more shippish sweater, which is awesome. I never had that kind of sweater vibe, and I'm totally in for it. Yes, and it will be me knitting something a bit more classic. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay, so I'm really excited for that to happen, and I'm actually very much into knitting a bit with thicker yarn right now. Maybe it's because I want to finish a bit, a bit more fast, like my sweater over here that was DK, and I felt that I was finishing something, and it's also not that warm yet over here, to knit with thick yarn. So I think that's the next cast on, after I finish my Modern Magic, or after I finish the two socks. I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, then I was totally not looking at any other pattern. I was totally minding my own business, and I was like super happy, and to have found something for my big wool to do and all that. But of course, I was on Instagram. And usually, it's funny because when I'm on Instagram, I follow lots of people, and I will send a post, and then, I will just go a bit on my feed, but not so much. I mean the post of others that I follow, and I will look, but maybe for a couple of minutes, maybe 5, if I keep looking something interesting, but not for a long time. And then I just switch to the search tab that there's puppies, and for some reason I have lots of quotes from Friends, but I love Friends, but it's I'm rarely gonna go and look up for someone, and I see this picture that is really nice and beautiful, and there's a blonde girl, like she's so cute, and I love the bit of a more rusty vibe of her picture. And that was Elk Market Yarns Instagram, and I just got in, and I was already following her, of course, because I had a picture, on my scrolling feed, and I don't even remember what was the picture of, and then I just saw with the corner of my eye, while I was, leaving her profile, a version of a sweater that I really liked, and so I looked which sweater it was. And so the sweater is the Fosvein by Inga Senningsen. So I'm really not sure if I pronounced that correctly. I think she's Norwegian, I'm not sure, but look at it. So this sweater has color work and cables, and it's cropped, it's so cute. So it's so funny because when I go to the pattern page, I'm like, okay, I'm not really into it. I don't know why. And then I see the other version and I'm like, damn it, I really like it. And I actually really like this dark green that she used, and it immediately made me think of that deep green that I have already shown you on my feed or somewhere, because I was talking about the hat that I want to do. So this is the Rosa Pomar, the Pegul Hal yarn, and this is fingering. The pattern asked for sport, so I was thinking, okay, how much is the meters for maybe a sweater up a size or two, and let's see, if I have that. And I do have that, which is awesome. So, and I also looked at some other projects that were done, and few of them were made with DK. And usually for me, sports sweaters, I will go DK and will do my own size, and they will be a bit slightly bigger, which I'm completely okay with that because I like to have a bit more room. So if I'd go on fingering, I would be like, okay, let's maybe go, depending, the size and the positive ease, either 1 or 2 sizes up. So I looked at the yarn specifications, dimensions, metrage, and all that. And because I will be using fingering, I know that I will need that amount and a bit more. So I looked up how much yarn I had of this green because I actually really liked the green that she used. And I only had 2 skein of those. And this is a skein of 50 grams and it has 220 meters approximately, okay? So I had only 2 skeins, so that would not be enough to be my main color, right? Right. But I had in the same yarn quality, I had this Pegulcal mohair, this Pegulcal Rosa Pomar. And I had, because I wanted to do another project, but I'm not gonna do anymore that other project, and I had decided that for a long time. I had this dusty, it looks a bit more orangey than it is. It's actually a pinkish orange, which is so funny. It's like a dusted pink with orange in the fiber. I'm gonna try to make some shadow for you. Yes. So it's this color, just slightly more bright and slightly darker than it is right now. So I really like this color, and maybe you think like it's solid, and for me I will consider that like a solid color, but it's not, because it has little yellows and oranges and amazing little variations in it. And I think up until size number 3, it needed like 860 meters, and me with that I have like 880 meters, and I also have 1 more to spare if I need more for the length of the sweater. So, and then it needs 2 colorways, so definitely that one. And then I was thinking, like with these 2 colors, like immediately my mind goes, I want some mustard. I need to have some mustard. And I found actually the leftovers of this sweater, which is my own yarn, Remus Lupin, in my Yama base, which is the yak sock. And I was like, damn, this looks good, But then I also find another one which seems really cute and nice and might light up the sweater, and is this leftover that I had from socks that I made. I don't remember whose yarn it was. It wasn't my color, but I like it because it's a very light green background with some yellows and some orangey, pink uh, portions, because they're not really speckled. So I was thinking that that could also be nice. Wait, I'll gonna come here. So I was thinking either that or that. I'm not sure with which one I would be more happy. I think with both of them, I would be really, really happy. And I think this is just a bit more fun, a bit less dramatic. While that one, because it has lower contrast, it would be a bit of a more dramatic result. And I think I'm going to see what's gonna happen with the other sweater, and if I have the more colorful with the blue and red version with my sheepish wool, I might do that one a bit more dramatic, or if the other one goes a bit more dramatic with the deep red, I would go more fun with this one. And I'm so happy because I'm finding some projects with yarn from the stash, and I can show you what other people are doing, and also my yarn, and I think that's really cool. Yes. So I'm very excited about those two things that are going on, and that are definitely gonna be getting on the needles soon. So the third one is a very different kind of project, and it's shorts. So me and knitting garments for the lower part of the body, except socks, it's weird because for me, having something to wear that it's with wool, I think like I will destroy it immediately. Like immediately. It's like wearing for me white pants. I will make them black immediately. Like I'm not that careful with where I'm gonna sit or where I'm gonna do this and that. So for me, knitting pants or shirts is something that I would not really consider. But then there's this pattern. And a friend of mine and client of mine told me that, I'm thinking of doing this pattern with your DK and this, or maybe with the fingering and holding it double, and I'm so excited. And I was like, okay, maybe I should look a bit into that pattern a bit closer. And I looked at it and I was like, damn, like all those pictures are making me want mine right here, right now. So I haven't looked which yarn I would use for that. It's gonna be definitely one of mine. I think I will do it with my Gaia base, which is the Donegal DK, because I think the viscose is gonna give a bit more strength to it, and they're so cute and so sexy. Like, come on. They're definitely gonna be too warm to wear like in the summertime or whatever. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna make them to wear them outside, but I really, really like them. And I'm a person who's very easily cold, so like, come on, I need those, for even winter, like under your pajamas. Like I would do that, and then you take it off and you're like, ooh, look, I'm sexy. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but I think they're really cool. I really do. So on the other side of what's going on here, I'm having pre-orders on the website. I did put also, because people were asking me for my colors and what did I use to do my sweater for the Ghost Horses by Caitlin Hunter. I put also pre-orders for that sweater. The yarn, so there are two kits, a larger and a smaller kit, and I have divided it between the yardage meters that she says on the pattern. Okay, I used more of the main color because I did long sleeves, and also something about Caitlin Hunter's patterns, well, at least for me, maybe I have longer arms. You see her she always her sleeves are shorter, and actually because I was in Canada and I didn't have enough, I did them up until she was saying, but otherwise I would have done them a bit longer, but it's okay because as I'm, standing, I found them okay. So I did either the size number 2 or 3. I'm really sorry, I don't remember. And I used sorry. And I used one more of this color, which is the Bluebeard. So if you want to do the exact same version and you have to get the smaller kit, you can pre-order in Bluebird the Titan base as well. I've put because I don't have a lot of Titan right now on stock, I have put only that colorway that you can pre-order in that base. But otherwise you can have most of the fingering bases in pre-orders and the mohair as well. I still have some of the Love Note kits if you want. I will put some pictures over here for you to see, and yeah, and lots of things are coming up. I don't know exactly the time frame because with this situation, everything's getting a bit more slower. The pre-orders, I put them up until the 5th of May. I will try end of April to already order some stock to have. So if I'm running out of something, it will be on time here when I will working and dyeing the yarns. Yeah, what else? Yeah, please, just have a look around if you want to the shop. I've also added gift cards because a few people were like, I don't need more yarn right now, but I would like to gift a card and support you. Would you consider doing or putting gift cards? So I've added also gift cards on my website. And yeah, I think that's just it. I'm very happy to see all the sock knitting and talk that's happening on the Slack page. I'm very happy that you like the idea. I'm thinking of, maybe when this knit along ends, maybe I'll have another knit along to get us going. So we'll see. I have some ideas, and I will ask for your opinion a bit later on in the month. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. So have a good day, a wonderful time with your loved ones. And if you live alone like me, don't despair. We always have things to be grateful. We have a roof, we have a house, we have lots of comfortable stuff around us, we have the internet, and we have, some of us are pets that are our best friends. I can totally say that for the kind. And yeah, so try to be positive and take care. I can't wait to see more of your sock knitting. And if you have any ideas or any, propositions, just let me know. If you have any questions that maybe you would like me to answer, please send me a private message and I would look into it. And yeah, have a great time creating. And don't forget, color is power, fiber is our weapon.